All right, let's go. Let's go. Wakey, 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 huh? It's like 6 weeks till training camp. Just about. I looked last year, it said Panthers started camp on the 18th. So what's today? The 11th? So it's like maybe 4 weeks. Maybe 4 weeks. Oh, excuse me. That's five, Jaws. Jeez. Not much has changed. The brain is still, yeah, you know, it's somewhat attached, just a little bit attached. All right, let me blow up the chat so I can see. I got the camera in a different spot, so I can't really reach my laptop. This ain't going to work for me, but well, we'll start here. How are we doing? Okay. Hey, Sean, how you doing, bud? Thanks for joining. Thanks for being a new member. Appreciate that, brother. The members podcast and all that will be back next week. Hungry, good morning. Jackson, Colin, I'm dropping things. This is a good start. How we doing, Icy? Is it morning? It is. Icy, yeah, it was what did I miss? 2 weeks? Was it 2 weeks? Was it 2 full weeks? It was definitely weird. Definitely been weird. It's been a weird couple of weeks. Not much going on. I will say that I have enjoyed. I saw Elliot Friedman make his tweet about how Kachuk might miss some time. I'm seeing a couple of things about, Kachuk might go on LTIR and he might have the surgery and all of that. And I'm just reading it and I'm kind of like, didn't we already notice? Like on this channel, we've been talking about that for for months. So I found it interesting how like they've created content out of something we've kind of already known about for a couple of months. You know what I mean? So, but we'll get into that. Colby, yeah, good point. Patel Ron, wherever you are, Patel Ron, I hope you're having a magnificent day. Hey, Metal, how you doing, bud? Yeah, I wanted to make sure I threw my hat in the ring. I didn't do a recap after it, but we're getting moving over there. I gotta buy. So that my good camera that I use in the recap room, the charging cord has been hit or miss all last season. And I don't know if it's the cord or the input to the camera because it got wet. The camera got wet when a certain ex-girlfriend threw a ball jar. She threw one of these full of water at my head before she left the house that day. And the camera got wet and it hasn't charged properly since then. So now I got to buy a separate battery charger because it stopped working. It completely, the battery won't charge. As of this morning, that's why the football video was on this camera and not the other camera because so I got to buy a charger for the battery. Hungry says that's their job, reporting the obvious, right? Yeah, no doubt there. David, good morning. How you doing that? Icy. Well, I haven't changed the name yet. But that's all. I want to do it all at once. You know what I mean? I want to get the new avatar with Fluffy with 2 cups. I want to do it all at once. So I'm trying to get a hold of the girl that did the original logos, the original Flying Fluffy logo. She did the one last year with him with the cup in his mouth. But my daughter's been in the process of moving. She's the one that knows her. So hopefully I can get that going this week. Colby, yeah, Uvers was awful. Davis is going to be a long year for the Finns. I know 7 plays from the 1 yard line, no score. No doubt. Oh yeah, thank you, Colin. Over on the football channel, I made a community post. Where I did a fantasy league for the channel. It's a private league just for the channel. There's 20 teams available as of this morning. We had 9 slots filled, so there's still room. Miami, yeah. Yeah, just let him stay out. I don't know. If he comes back for the Olympics, then we got to worry about Rodriguez if nobody else is on LTIR. Hey, Vincent. Vincent. Something like that. Vincent, something like that. One of those statements, one of those two statements. We'll put it that way. It's got to be the right. It's got to be the right hours. So, can I pin a link to? Yeah, just give me a second. I got this camera in a bad spot. I need to elevate the cam. I need to get a stand that I can elevate this camera above the laptop. So it's a pain in the ass. So just give me a second. Now I got to move the camera. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Hold on a second. Oh, geez. I closed the tripod and everything. I wonder if this thing will be higher. Hold on a second. Isn't this fun? Let's see. Can I get this thing to be raised higher? How high will this go? I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit better. Maybe that's okay. All right. Let me get to the football channel and leave a link. I think there might be links in the description of the video. I'm not sure, but here, let's get there. You guys just want to see me with my glasses on. All right, so now I'm there. Now I got to come back over here because I got to go to YouTube to. I can't post it and pin it from Stream. All right, so here I'm going to post. That's the link to the football channel. And let me, come on, move the emojis out of the way. Here we go. Let me pin that. Okay, that should have done it. Okay, that should have done it. All right, let's put this back over here so at least I'm kind of looking at things here. Is that Simon? Hey, Simon, how you doing, buddy? Let's see. Let me scroll up here a little bit because I missed a few things while I was doing that. All right, let me get this back on where it belongs here. Okay, there we go. Colin says, I don't think that Kachuk knows the answer about him getting the surgery. Yeah, I mean, I think whatever they're going to do, they're going to wait to the last possible second, right? So that, I don't know. I mean, maybe the plan is he's just going to miss the whole year and they just don't want to tell us, until the playoffs. Andre says OnlyFans works around any. Yeah, my OnlyFans days might have passed. Hey, Simon. Yeah, I did hear that about Kachuk being on the cover of NHL 26. I thought that was, I don't know if that's good luck or bad luck. No way, Colin. Are you kidding me? Oh. McDaniel just told us he'd be okay. McDaniel just said he'd be okay. That's nice. Nice to see the Dolphins haven't changed. Bill says, are there any work from home options around? I'm sure the take home isn't as good, but maybe it's an option for flexible hours. I've applied to a few. They see my age and my work experience is 30 years ago, and I'm probably competing with 1,000 people for the work from home stuff. So when the right thing will come along at some point. But yeah, I've applied. There's not a lot. that I've seen, but the ones I've applied to, I haven't gotten no responses. Oh yeah, the meltdown over Chucky getting the cover has been amazing. I get wanting Goudreau on the cover, but the legalities of it probably made it very difficult. Yeah, I saw a lot of, and Billy's asked and said, did I comment on Tkachuk being on the cover of NHL 26? Unfortunately, everything ends up political now. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of political comments about it. I try to stay away from that stuff because there's no profit in it here. You know what I mean? I think it's cool, right? I mean, he's certainly just about one of the most marketable guys in the NHL, and I think a lot of it might more stem from, the Four Nations. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody knew Tkachuk already, but he probably got the cover because of what happened with Four Nations. Hey, Rosado. My schedule's a little wonky this week, so I got today's stream will be right at 1:00 because Kyle reminded me that he has a dentist appointment at 1:30. So normally I do the stream and do my pack and ship, but he's got a dentist appointment, so I got to do the stream, take him to the dentist, wait, come back home. I won't even be able to start packing and shipping until like 2:30, and of course it's a Monday. So, but that's my stupidity because I'm the one that probably would have told him to do it on a Monday because why, I don't know. Hey, Patel Ron, brother. Brother, I just do the whole season with my hat off to you. And I just don't even know what to say other than from everybody, man, from everybody. I know you saw the video and everything, but just absolutely this I still have no words. Like, just an absolute miracle, man. Just an absolute miracle. I've been blessed by you, and I'm happy that you've been blessed to be able to do that. I mean, that just no words, man. That's right, Pacharo. It's bad luck if it's on Madden. That's right. And I work for Benny's Buddies. I'd have a lot of opportunities for work if I lived down there, but I don't. I don't. They signed running back Jamal Williams as a replacement. Yeah, I mean, we've got a good running back, right? I mean, we've got a good running back. Between Chan, I'm searching for the word. The running back room is fine. Just hate to see somebody get hurt like that. Dude looked pretty good. Hey, Guitar Crow. Guitar Crow says that 2 cups, I feel like I can't complain anymore. And if we win 3, we can't ever bitch, even if we suck forever after that. Right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. It will really, and it's a really good point to talk about, because I'm thinking about it in terms of the recaps, because like I always used to yell and scream and be all pissed off in the recaps. And that's a question. So how long, let's say this team wins 3 cups. Let's just say in the 5 years we win 3 cups. And then we start to decline and not so great. Like, how long after winning the 3rd cup do I have to wait to actually like bitch and complain about the team in the recaps again? Like, how many years grace period do they get? About 4 or 5? You think that's about it? Vincent says, hey, let's Mark Shan work at DQ. Why couldn't I just do that? Well, there may be a trip to Duncan in my future. We'll put it that way. I applied. I mean, Duncan had the morning shift open. I applied, again, I don't know that I'm the Dunkin' Donuts demographic that they're looking for to work there. I would have done it, man, because it's right down the road. It's early in the morning. Somebody had suggested like Home Depot or Lowe's. It's possible, but the closest one for me is like an hour away. So that's a bit of a stretch. But Charo, they suck. they suck, Pacharo. Zach Wilson is mediocre at best, and Ewers is a rookie. I think people are expecting too much out of him. Billy, yeah, Seafood didn't get his name on the cover. Well, he's technically suspended, right? He's technically suspended from the NHL. He got it on last year. It wouldn't shock me to see at some point him just sell his share. You know what I mean? That wouldn't surprise me. Oh, Rosati starts school next week. Mike, I appreciate that. Yeah, hit that like button. That is true. The more people that like the stream, as the stream gets longer, YouTube shows it to more people. I got to get better at asking for that stuff too. Oh, I did a giveaway for, yeah, I used to do the giveaways when I had all those flags and everything. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you put giveaway in the title and it's true. Hey, thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Kenneth. Metal says if we win 3 and went to 4 straight, we'll give him 3.5 years. Hungry says, I think we could look at the Bruins' reaction as a guide for how long we can hold off on the bitching. That's a good point. Because like you look at Tampa, like they keep making the playoffs, right? So like, how much can you really complain? It's tough. Oh my God, the leftovers at the Dunkin' Donuts would kill me, Rosato. Would I ever use an AI co-host? I never even thought of that. That exists? I never even thought about that. David says this no hockey is BS. We're getting there, David. I looked it up. Last year's training camp started on the 18th, right? So this year, basically next week, when I come back next Monday, I mean, I'll still be here every day, Monday through Friday. But when we come back next Monday, I believe we're going to be able to say 1 month until camp opens. I believe next Monday, we'll be able to say 1 month until camp opens. Bachar, unfortunately, Madison looked good, and then he's out for the season, apparently. Ollie Gordon looks like the real deal. Running back room is fantastic. Kenneth Grant looked good. Sanders hit a – did you guys see that dude hit the 70-yard field goal? Like, what? Hungry says there's a couple of AI streamers. They're hilarious. They say the most unhinged shit from time to time. It would be enough to nuke any smaller channel, though. Program the AI co-host with my skit. Really? That I got to look into. That's wild. I mean, like if I could I get like, how does it, like, could I get like an AI Sam Bennett or Kachuk to like have Zito? What if I just did the Bill Zito skits using AI? But you probably, I don't know how they feel about using their likeness that way. Hungry says, yeah, AI is currently probably a bad idea. Yeah, they are cracking down on it a little bit. I think what they said was like anything that's fully, like if the video is completely AI produced. You can make the AI co-host read the comments for me and even respond to them. That's wild, man. That is crazy. An AI cat squatch. Yeah, that kicker from the Jags, man, 70 yards. And he had room to spare. He had plenty of room to spare. Hey, Automatics, how you doing, Jeff? How you doing, brother? How you doing, bud? Meadow says the skits would lose their charm. Yeah, I get it. Simon, I don't know that we're doing those streams right now. I need to focus on the 2 sports channels. I think that's right. I need to cut down on the distractions and focus. Plus, I think the Dolphins play Saturday too. I think the Dolphins I think we play Detroit Saturday, right? Get an AI Kyle for when we need to stream back-to-back games. Oh, he would not like that idea at all. But that might motivate him too. Do I think the Dolphins are going to get a corner? I don't think so. I don't know. Greer seems to handle things in a strange way. I think he wants to continue to see what other guys can do. Yeah, Stream Elements has the customized. Yeah, I gotta look at that too. I think that was something else Vincent was telling me about. That's got my full focus all August. Don and I were downstairs looking at the room, the big streaming room, the downstairs, because we got to get furniture. We got to change that whole ass thing up because everything was just off center. You know, she came on in the middle of the year. I want to make sure there's room for her because otherwise it just looked funky. AI 4-finger jaws, right? David, yeah. She just had a bad night. She had a migraine. She's taken a new pill, and the first few days she took it, they were giving her pretty bad migraines. But she's okay now. But it came on fast. Yeah, AI Kyle. Knowledgeable YouTube live entertainment. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, Kenneth. Yeah, the AI stuff. I mean, there's got to be some way that I can. Hungry says, if you want to check out the AI stuff, there's a service called Hagen. I use it to create content for one of my clients. We created an AI avatar of him for his TikTok shorts. That's so crazy, man. And it's the only ways at some point the blend of using AI is going to be the only way people are going to be able to compete not because of the quality of the content, but because of the quantity of the content that people are going to be able to put out. Like if you use the AI in a mixed form, if it's not just completely AI created, I believe YouTube's going to be like lenient with that. If only I would get a pet shark. We got to get now. That's something we could get with AI. We'll just change the background to where I'm at the beach, and every once in a while I have a shark come eat me. AI Will Smith. Simon, I definitely feel like I don't want to go predicting. I don't want to go predicting, but I feel good about this upcoming season. I think the Panthers are going to. I don't know how this would even work out, but I feel like they're going to surprise people. I think there's a lot of people that might feel like they're toast because of how many games they play, the amount of hockey they've played. I don't know. I kind of feel like they might not sit back the entire season like they did last year. John says, I already have an AI channel on YouTube, 17,000 subs. Now, but are they letting you monetize AI, that stuff that's fully AI? Yeah, there are news channels that are on YouTube just pumping out videos every hour. No, I know. No, the cats are not around. At the corner, there's a farm with goats and stuff like that. And one of the cats I noticed has been hanging out over there. I don't know if they took the cat inside or what, but I've seen it hanging out a couple of times over there. But the cats just stopped coming. I thought, and it's still possible, because they were all hanging around, and then there was 3 of them. And then for like 1 week, I noticed there were 2 big hawks that were in the yard, not just in the trees, but like in the grass of the yard. And then I didn't have cats anymore. But I thought the hawks took them, but maybe the cats just left when the hawks showed up, because I did see the one cat down the street on the corner. It's only maybe, a 5-minute walk, but I did see the one cat over there. There you go, David. Exactly, Vincent. Girls can just take their top off, right? Like if I was just streaming and had just a nice rack, I'd be loaded. George, what are you seeing? Oh, are you seeing that? It's a Roberto Luongo flag. It's Luongo. Haven't been fishing, Simon. The every once in a while the river gets just completely overtaken with grass, and that's happening right now. So there's basically not a lot of fish in the river right now because the oxygen level is just brutal right now. So to go fishing, I got to go out in the bay. I just haven't been. I've been focused elsewhere. Kenny says every time the Sharks score in the Panthers, the Sharks shows up, people will think it's a myth that they never score, right? That's not a bad idea, though. Guitar Quest, yeah, they were definitely saving a lot last year. I just don't know if they're gonna. I don't know why I feel that way. It's just a gut feeling. I feel like they may not take as much foot off the gas this year. Black, no. David. Yeah, the Hawks keeping the neighborhood clean, right? Hey, Mr. Vids. Shows as if you had a nice rack, I'd still have a problem with the body hair. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, Mr. Vids. Yep. Yeah, Jaws needs a rack. and LASIK. And a lot of LASIK surgery. Hungry says, I think part of the heat the team gets is because the team's so obviously cruising to the playoffs without even trying. Yeah, Flying Fluffy only fans, right? No, Donna said it was a good idea until I told her I'd do it. And then she said, no, maybe it's not such a good idea. I called her bluff. She joked with me enough times for me to do it. And I was like, well, maybe. She's like, wait a minute. No, I'm not serious. Mr. Krabs. Yeah, I put a video out. He's asking about the football. I put a video out on the football channel, and that's almost your statement about if Tua goes down, just forfeit the season is almost a direct quote from the video that I put out. Pretty much. Yeah, don't take too much hope from the preseason games. Don't take too much bad. Don't take too much good. We all know this, but it's nice that football's back. Now, for those of you, there's a pinned comment at the top of this stream. I created a fantasy league on ESPN for the football channel. It's a 20-team league. There's still 11 spots open. So the link to the channel is in the top the top of the chat, and then that's I put the community post. I made a post, and that's where you can find the link to the league. Mike says not if Tua goes down, but when. Yeah, I know. It is what it is, man. It almost kind of feels like Greer is setting up McDaniel to be the fall guy, and then Greer's going to get to keep his job. Hey, Lebo. Yeah, summer's been nice, actually. We've been in the very low 80s with like some mid 70s recently. Jess says, any chance I'll be at the home opener to see the banner raised? Probably not, but we're trying to get down there for January. We still have hope that we might be able to make it down there in January, or mid-February. I gotta look because February 14th is my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. So I think me and my sister might have to do something that way. So I know I can't afford to take 2 trips. So I'm trying to figure out, but then there's the Winter Classic, and then there's the Olympics. So we're trying to figure out how we can make it work in one trip. Hungry says, know what? Looking into some of the obvious AI channels, might as well create a new channel and try it. I can make better AI slop than these channels that are getting 100,000 plus views. But are they monetized? That's the thing, Hungry. Are they able to get them monetized? I would hate to put the work into something like that and then it not get monetized. Then there's some AI channels where you don't realize it was AI. Hey, JC. Thanks. Glad to see you're back, JC. Jeff, I got you, man. That's cool. Yeah, short, hairy, bald, but I'm hung to my knees, so it works out. Mr. Vids, I don't know that Lucas wants to be on. I don't think Lucas wants to be on. For a few years I asked him, but I think he's happy. He's happy with not being on camera. But he did make the one video, so I don't know. Maybe that's changed. Maybe I'll ask him, since he did make that one video. Can't hurt to ask him again, but I've asked him in the past and he didn't really want to do it. But maybe that's changed. Could palm tree survive the winter in my zone? No, definitely not. No, we get cold. We have moderate temperatures most of the time, but there's always a week at least a week where it's like, single digits at night. This year, the river froze over for it was frozen almost for a whole month straight. Hungry says, once you're at those numbers, you have to be right. Can I morph Bill Zito into my body? I mean, it's not a whole lot that would need to change, right? Otto, when you're laying down. Rosado, we won't know for a little while. You won't know for a little while. All right, David, appreciate you, buddy. What time is it? I got to make sure that I don't go long because. Oh, okay. We got plenty of time. We need games. I got to do the video where I DM 100 players. Yeah. What was that, JC? When the river pond freezes over, you got to host a pond hockey stream. Well, so I don't know if I guess if it was frozen for a month, it would be solid enough, right? How long does it take for if it's 3 or 4 feet of water, how long does that take to freeze over to where you could skate on it? How long does that? I don't know the answer to that question. How long would it have to be frozen for? Rosado, I know Kyle was definitely disappointed about that, to say the least. The only opinion I have about that is idiots run those parks at this point. Hungry says, this is depressing. I looked into baseball, explained atrociously bad AI slop channel, and they're making between 1.5 to 2,000 a month. Huh. Well, to each their own, right? I would just be concerned that YouTube would just suddenly be like, okay, no, you can't do it anymore. Rosado, yeah, I can skate. Yeah, I haven't skated in a long time, but I was decent. Flying Fluffy AI. That's there you go, Rosado. Flying Fluffy AI. Maybe. Mr. Krabs says, Kachuk will be on LTIR. Yeah. I don't think there's a big secret there. To me, I still feel the same way. They're going to stretch it out as long as possible. And only one of two scenarios that I can imagine are what's happened. Is that either they genuinely don't know when Kachuk is going to come back, and they went to Rodriguez and they said, we can trade you now so that you'll be with a team, or you can take the chance that we might have to trade you in the middle of the season, and he chose to stay. Or they have some other alternative plan to where when Kachuk comes back, or if Kachuk comes back during the regular season, that, like I keep saying, Ekblad twisted his ankle, Marchand got a rib, you know what I mean? Somebody that could use a couple of months off at the back end of the season would suddenly end up needing to be on LTIR when Kachuk comes back. I find it incredibly difficult, but possible to believe that the plan is we're going to keep Rodriguez until Kachuk comes back and then trade Rodriguez. I suppose it's possible that could happen, but damn, But again, if you go back to the idea that maybe they asked Rodriguez, hey, do you want to take this chance here? Maybe. Because Marchand was on LTIR last year. Ekblad's on LTIR at some point every year, or at least IR. You know what I mean? So if you trade Rodriguez and then something happens to somebody in January where they're on LTIR, you never needed to trade Rodriguez, right? So there's no other way around it to clear that cap space when Tkachuk comes back. Unless there's something we don't know about. You know what I mean? Let me scroll up. I missed a couple. Oh, yeah. Remember to bring the sign that says unblock me, Ekblad. Right. Yeah. YouTube will probably do it eventually. They take aim at some of the weirdest stuff at the time. Currently, they're crusading against stream cappers who get paid by streamers to repost their live streams. That's weird. JC says the AI stop videos, Dragon, Angel Reese, or Prop and Caton Clark are pulling 25 to 75K per 15-minute video. God almighty. That's wild. Sarah Connor's rolling in her grave. Yeah. Yeah. Kenneth, yeah, the Olympics return. Right. Right. Hey, Thomas. Yeah, brother, I'm still alive. We're good. What's that question, Simon? Try to get my sand skate and pray their hockey. I'm not sure what you're asking. I think Talk the Text might have got you there, Simon. I think you're asking me about something about skating and playing hockey with Kyle. But the answer to that question would be no. Mr. Viz says, so if I helped post highlights of your streams, YouTube would go after me. Really? That's weird. Even if I was wanting you to do it? Vincent says, this whole stretching of the cat seems like a plague. Remember, this is the last year of the unlimited LTIR. It would be stupid not to use it to the full extent. The fly in the ointment is the Olympics. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Unless somebody gets hurt in the Olympics, right? Is that the plan? Somebody gets hurt? I mean, now the only harder other thing about if you did keep everybody around when Tkachuk comes back, if somebody else was on LTIR, and let's say you kept Rodriguez, and say you keep Rodriguez, Tkachuk comes back, but Marchand needs a couple months, whatever. Just, the thing about that is that if everybody stays when you get to the playoffs again, Samoskevich gets kicked to the curb on the bench again. That's the other thing. Hey, Marlboro, man, things are looking up. Things are looking up. JC says, I got to start posting clips of the games when I do my recap videos. Doing that will undoubtedly boost viewership. Oh, yeah. Sure, it boosts viewership, but I don't think you understand how much work it is to try to get that in without getting copyright claimed. Generally speaking, if you can use 4 to maybe 5 seconds of any. So if I'm going to show a goal or a hit, if you show more than 4 or 5 seconds of it, video gets copyright claimed. Just and you the sports leagues, they have bots that are scrolling that. So it could take you, it would definitely add in maybe, let's say if I wanted to add in 5 5-second clips to the recap, I mean, that's going to add some time. And then the problem is that you don't know if you're going to get copyright claimed until after you've uploaded and after YouTube has run all the checks. So if you do it and you get copyright claimed, now I got to go back into the video. I got to fix it. I got to re-edit the whole thing, reproduce the whole thing. It could lead to the recaps not being up. It could cost me an hour easy. And I know that there's people that are trying to watch it after the game. That's been the biggest reason why I've not done that, is because the bots got stupid. It used to be where you could get away with about 8 seconds worth. But recently it's been like 4. And you can't trick the bots. Like you can't use like 3 seconds and then cut out a second of a play and then use another 3 or 4 seconds. It recognizes that it really was one continuous play with just a second cut out and claims you. It's a massive pain in the ass. Vincent says Rodriguez alone won't bring us under the cap. Right. Well, yeah, it's a good point. Another online creator I watched, Josh, was trying to set up a highlight channel on YouTube, and they struck the channel. So they don't want people creating a second channel for clips from their streams. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Vids? Like if I created a Flying Fluffy Clips channel and I was taking clips from the stream, is that what you're saying? That's what they're going after? Even though Josh approves of it. Whole shark pops a boner at the aquarium, right? Mr. Vids, what if I reverse the image of the video and have it be in black and white? I've tried. I mean, the thing about it is they constantly change it. And then they retroactively copyright claim things. That's the biggest part. JC, all the under 10 seconds is what it is technically supposed to be, but that's not the reality when you post the stuff. I've done stuff when Nick and I were doing stuff last year. You could have a 4 or 5 second clip. Sometimes it gets through. It depends on, like, if it's a big play or a big goal. Like I had one last year that kept getting claimed 3 seconds. But it was a big goal. I forget which one it was. They really making it impossible. Hungry. I must have missed something. So what if I show the footage on a small screen? I mean, yeah, if you make it like really, 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 really small, you could do it, but then what's the point of doing it if nobody can see it? You know what I mean? Now, it also depends on how long it takes after the game for them to get the highlights out. It should be okay because I go and record. The highlights should be out by the time, because, I got to pull the highlights off of YouTube as well. That's a whole nother thing. I mean, it's doable, but as soon as I start running into, get copyright claimed at 11 o'clock, and sometimes they don't immediately catch it. Sometimes you go to bed, you think you're good. You wake up, copyright claimed, and all the views overnight. I mean, it's really a dangerous situation. Yeah, JC wants Jaws to be homeless and start a new survival channel, right? I see the third party clipping. Okay. Rosado, it's the thing about when you say like if you credit the video creator, you shouldn't get copyrighted. It doesn't. A lot of it doesn't matter in the sense that like I can fight the copyright claim, but I'm still going to have lost that income because it takes 30 days. It's really weird. Yeah, JC, that's something I can do. Like if I play, I mean, it's still gonna get copyright claimed. Um, the stream. I mean, I'd have to minimize the window to the point where you guys wouldn't be able to see it. I wouldn't be able to see it. I wouldn't be able to see it. But I understand what you're saying, and I've tried to think my way around that. And the JC, the truth of it is the only way to viably do that is to not care about the copyright claim. The only way to do that where it's worth making the content and you guys can actually see the plays and I don't have to worry about it is to not worry about the copyright claim and the ad revenue and to just do it to grow the channel. That's really where I've gotten to with thinking about it, like doing it on the streams and everything. Because now if a stream gets copyright claimed, I still get the super chats. I don't get the ad revenue. Now, another thing I wanted to do was just play the highlights and do a reaction to the highlights. I wanted to do that for the members, but YouTube says no. I can't charge you, the members, to watch copyrighted content from somebody else. So that was something I looked into last year was just, how they put out the highlights. The NHL puts out the highlights. Just playing the video and commenting over it and stopping it and rewinding it and showing all the stuff. I can do that on the regular channel, but I'm going to get copyright claimed. But I can't do it for the members because I can't put somebody else's copyrighted material behind my own paywall. It's just such a cluster when you're doing it for sports. Meanwhile, people can sit there and play news, right? They can put on Fox News and put themselves in a little bubble, and everybody just watching Fox News and bring in ad revenue all day long. He's fat. There you go, Mr. Vids. Oh, yeah, you're watching the guy using sport. It can be done, Thomas. Now, and you will also see ads on those videos, but that ad revenue is not going to the creator. That ad revenue is going to Sportsnet. It can be done. When they do a copyright claim, it's not a strike. There's a difference. The copyright claim just means that the ad revenue from YouTube is going to whoever has the copyright. So I can do it. I'm just not going to get the ad revenue from doing those videos. And I'm considering doing something like that. But if I'm going to do it, I may as well show the whole damn screen of the highlights. There's no sense in making it all small because the problem is they keep improving the bots. So I know, I mean, that's what happened to a lot of creators. That's what happened to, was it Hockey Psychology and Eck and a few other people where they just went and retroactively copyright claimed like almost their whole damn catalog. That already happened to them last year. Yeah, if you dispute it, it takes the 30 days. But NHL, there's no disputing it, right? Because they actually do it. Who's my favorite Panther player? Currently, it would be Forsling. If I use a green screen and put it up behind me, that would work. I'm not sure I'm understanding what you mean there, JC. Risky. Yeah, I actually been on Twitch now for at least this whole last year. Yeah. Apparently, I got to do some Twitch exclusive streams to get monetized over there. We get a couple of people that watch on Twitch, but the entire last season, every game we streamed, we were on Twitch. Replace all the players' heads with Jaws heads. Huh. One thing I tried to do was make it opaque. I tried to make it like see-through just enough to where you could see things, but it's such a pain in the ass. Yeah, YouTube is super special about handling copyright. Ain't that the truth, right? Hungary, yeah, there are entire companies that dedicate themselves to falsely claiming YouTube videos and steal the revenue. Yep, I have a story about that. When we play the national anthem, you guys can hear it on the TV when we're streaming a game. Every once in a while, I get this one same company that tries to claim the national anthem. I file the appeal and they ignore it, and then 30 days it goes away. But for all the people that don't file the appeal, they get that money. Hey, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, bud. He says, random question. If you had to throw a marital aid into a basketball court, what color would I choose? Candy cane. The red, white, and black. Candy cane. Yeah, candy cane. That way, if somebody picks it up, puts it in their mouth, it looks a little bit better. Yeah. Do a Twitch hot tub stream. That's great. What about them? Yeah, no, they claim it. I mean, there's no copyright on it. You know what I mean? It only happens when there's females, because they named it something like female anthem. Like they actually created a claim for like female anthem. It's happened to me about 3 or 4 times. It's wild. That's a funny question, Jeff. Eyes. Yeah, no, I know it's not copyrighted. I know that. But they do it anyway. YouTube doesn't care. Very diplomatic answer. Yep. Yeah, Jeff. I appreciate that, brother. I know the flying dildos. Maybe that's what we'll just name the channel Flying Fluffy Dildos. That would get some attention, but it wouldn't probably be the attention I'm looking for, right? Would probably definitely not be the attention. Oh, but I mean, why not? Hey, Paul, how you doing, brother? Hey, thank you, Wise. Thank you, bud. Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, brother. Thank you, bud. The members podcast will be back next week. That's the name for the OnlyFans, Hungry. Flying Fluffy. It wouldn't. Is that right, Otto? Jesus. Jeff, one time, Donna and I were chatting. She was watching, and I asked her what she wanted for dinner because I was making dinner. She was still at work, and she said chicken breast, and YouTube wouldn't let her say breast. It blocked her comment because she said chicken breast. Flying dildo sport. Hey, Dana. Hey, Avalanche. That's the name for the own. What are my thoughts on the YouTube's ID verification process? It's a pain in the ass in the sense that once you have ID verified for one channel and they know it's you, like they consistently make me ID verify if I want to open up another channel or making it. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. But If you only had to do it once, it wouldn't be that bad. It wouldn't be all that bad. So one of your friends' comments was blocked because you said fried chicken. Wow. Oh, are you thinking about talking about the new system that uses AI to determine how old you are and what you can watch? I haven't had experience with that yet. Jeez. That's getting a little bit out of hand. Yeah, I can't say I'm a fan of that. I cannot say I'm a great fan of that at all. Yikes. Everything's changed, man. Everything's just constantly changing. So, all right, everybody. I got to roll because I got Kyle. Kyle's got a dentist appointment at 1:30. He reminded me this morning. Don't expect me to remember. So yeah, I'll be back. We're back. We're good to go Monday through Friday, noon. Now, at some point, I do believe what I'm going to do with this stream, once hockey starts going, we're going to make it 2 hours. All right. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, brother. Once we get like into camp, we're going to make this stream 2 hours. I don't know if we're going to make it 11 to 1, 11:30, 1:30, 12 to 2. We'll work on that. But we're going to make it 2 hours. We're going to start having some highlights and whatnot. And I'm not going to worry about the stream getting – I'm not going to worry about the ad revenue from the streams. So if we get copyright claimed on the streams, that's something – that's definitely a change I need to make. I don't care. You know, the ad revenue on the stream is like $4 or $5. It would be better if I could just show some highlights and show some things to make it a little bit more interesting, and then I can pull some clips from that too. So once we get into camp, we'll be here for a couple of hours every day. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the love, all the support. Thank you all for everything, and I will see you mañana at noon.